You have officially up-leveled your life. Congratulations. And because of that, you now get the great cosmic joke, which means you're back to being a beginner, right? We know this. We know that time is not linear, that it is a spiral. My whole body is lit up. And every time we elevate, we are in this new level of consciousness, but we are now the beginner because we are operating in this new space from a beginner's curiosity. So what we're going to talk about today are arming you with what you need to be the beginner in your next level. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. So this is all about back to basics. Back to the basics. Because what happens, not that I know from experience, okay, relax, have a seat, is as soon as you level up, you're going to be, you are flooded with all of this new energy. You've let go of all these new things. And so it's almost like a little bit of, like spiritual mania a little bit. There's a lot of creative energy. And sometimes that takes a little bit to settle. And when we're in that space, that's just kind of things settling back down. If you were a 90s kid, you remember walking through the nature store, shout out, and they had those sand timers and you could flip them and they had all like some of them were purple and blue and you just watch all the sand settle. That's what's happening in your life. Right? So you've now flipped things back upside down. You have elevated to this new level that, by the way, you have been working to get to for a long time. Like this breakthrough specifically for all of you is massive. I really, really want to make sure that you are understanding. Yeah, my whole body's lit up. The excitement, the space, the responsibility, the money, that you are receiving, you are moving through. So this is really big. So if you've been feeling like, I feel like this is really big and you don't have anybody to talk about it with, like you're talking to the right person. Okay. It is that big. So when we're first in this, like letting this energy settle, you don't need to do very much. And we're still kind of in this energy. And one could argue, if you're up for arguing spirituality, nobody likes that person. We are probably in this energy until the end of the year. Like you really could choose to just settle into this energy through the rest of the calendar year. But for most of you, it's a week, 2 weeks, just like a little bit more rest, a little bit more water. And we're going to start to rebuild what this system is. Like, let's say that you're the machine and we are rebuilding what that is because your relationships are changing. Your job title is changing. Your home life may be changing. Some of you may be moving. You may be upgrading. You may be downgrading to a smaller space. Lots of different things are shifting in your physical world that are representative, right, of what's happening internally. So this, guidance is not hard and fast, but it is designed to meet you where you're at. So when you are ready to start taking this action, and it kind of it follows what we were talking about previously in one of the previous episodes where I talked about stacking your habits. That, if you have not listened to that and that resonates with you, go back and listen to that episode. I believe it was last week's episode. Maybe 2 weeks ago, the 21st. Episode 21. It is all about learning to stack the basics right now so that you can really get to where you want to be. So like I keep imagining you almost like moving on stilts. Like you're learning how to walk on stilts. And some of you are theater kids and one of you is like, I do know how to walk on stilts. But like that is what this elevation is. Like, not only are you learning to walk differently, but like your elevation is different. What you're experiencing, the way you experience things is shifting. And so our habits are going to have to do that too. And we need to stack them so that they can meet us where we're at. Right. So, let me give you a hard and fast specific. Let's say, I'll give you one from my life. So in order for me to do what I'm being called to do next, I don't have the time to deconstruct these episodes. And when I talk about that, that means like we utilize ChatGPT, we put in a transcript from the episode, and then it gives us suggestions of things to highlight for carousels or for our blog. And then from that, I take their suggestions and I rewrite all of it and make everything in Canva and we post it. But then we have to schedule it to post. That's a lot of work, right? And I've been very grateful to have the space to do that work, solely just me. But Now, in order for me to be able to do more and reach more people, I need to find people that I can pass that off to so that they can do that successfully, send it to me, I can rewrite it in my voice, and then they do everything else, right? And so that is going to require a few things. One, me finding new support, right? So we know, what is it, the hierarchy of like needs or something? I should absolutely know that. She'll re-Google it. But you're in your car just like screaming what it's actually called. Pavlov's? Is it Pavlov's hierarchy? She just should move on. We'll write it in the show notes. But one of them is security, right? And so we're just going to talk about support. I just want you, and we've actually been talking a lot about this, so I'm not surprised that it's coming up again. So if you have not, make your list of support. It may be similar to mine, an entrepreneurial standpoint, a creative standpoint, of where you need that support to be able to do more. It may be, it's time to get a nanny, or to find extra support, or lean on an in-law, or, whatever these things are, to be able to free up more of your time and energy. So you just have to take a look at what are the ways in which you need support. That is like the most basic. Okay. Now, with that, that may also be sleep. Your support may just be from yourself. I'm going to guess that for a lot of you, this evolution to where you are now came at probably the biggest catalyst was the true and final realization that no one is coming to save you. No one, not a spouse, not a business partner, not an audience, not having another baby, not making more money. Those are resources. Those are great things. But if you're wanting to get to where you need to go, it is only you, right? That's also what these basics are about. They are to be there to fully support you. And so many of you are so good at self-sabotage that you're like, yeah, okay, like whatever, Rachel, like back to basics. Yeah, sure. Like I'll like get some more sleep. It's like, will you get sleep? Or will you do what I'm, guilty of being like, yeah, I'm going to lay down at 10 and it's no screens and I'm just going to go to sleep. And then I get on my phone to check one thing, and then all of a sudden it's 11:30, and I've just been, scrolling on cake decorating videos or whatever dumb thing I'm watching. I mean, shout out to everybody decorating cakes, but this is really about this accountability, which is going to be the second part. But this first part is support. So first we want to look at external support. What is it that you need in order to get better, faster, and more efficient? And those words are specific. This section is not about slowing down. Rest is a part of this, but this is different. What is the support that you need? Again, if you are a machine, and I don't want to make it, okay, relax, everybody out there that's, capitalism. I'm not saying you got to be a productive monster, okay? But I'm saying I want you to be a spiritual leader, and whatever that means to you. So in this metaphor, you're a monster. Or, oh, no, you're not a monster. That's a Freudian slip. You're a machine, okay? Stay with me. So what is that support? That's the first part. The second part of this, and that support is external. What do you need from other people? Who do you need to hire out? That also may be boundaries. Maybe in order to have more, you have to set more boundaries with friends or family or your spouse or your partner, of like, so that you are keeping more of your energy for you. You have more time for you. Okay. That's the first part. The second part is going to be, what is the support that you need to bring to yourself, that you need to bring for yourself? Often something that I do, actually, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but this is something I want you to do as well. It's a great exercise, is I want you to look at your life like a pie chart. If you've worked with me one-on-one before, been in any of my group coaching sessions, this is like one of the most basic things that I do. I want you to make a pie chart and split it into 3 things: body, mind, and soul. And within that, what do you need in each of those aspects in order to be the most, I don't want to say high functioning, but like in the frequency of where you are now? Like, what does that pie chart need to look like to have the most balance or rhythm in order for you to maintain this frequency and begin to grow it, right? That is the whole point is not about perfection. It's just about us really anchoring into this frequency. Because again, friends, we have been working for a long time. Some of you 2, 3, 4 years to get to this frequency. We were like, got it. Like I always reference Cool Runnings because, I mean, shout out, what a great movie. But just that the feeling of like when you are in your frequency, when you are in flow, it is just like, like you are in the bobsled and just luge, just like moving. There is rhythm. There is like a precision that is going to help you execute what it is that you need to do, right? So really taking a look at that pie chart and being able to break it down. I think if you're doing these exercises together, of making this, the list of the things that you need in congruence with looking at this pie chart, dude, you're fucking ahead. If you do this work and genuinely look at it and then work to implement it from now until the end of the year, fucking game over, dude. It's going to be so good for you. I'm excited. Okay. So external support and then internal support. And that internal support is really going to come from looking at that body, mind, and soul, right? Of like, where is it? Like maybe you're crushing it right now at like how you're supporting your body, but that's taking up so much time and energy that you're not able to get to like, other aspects of your life that maybe need a little bit of support. So being able to look at that is going to help you decide like where you wanting your energy to go, right? And then this one is just all on its own. It's just sleep. You need so much more rest than you are even giving yourself now. Okay? Restorative rest. So many of us are coming out of really heavy, whether you identify with the word depression or just integration, exhaustion, and that exhaustion often comes at the end of cycles too, where like your energetic body is basically like, bitch, we're done, like where you're just so over it that it's draining all of that out of your frequency, like once and for all. And you get really exhausted and there's a lot of brain fog. And there's, we just went through these eclipses and the full moon and it's just 2025. So shit's popping off just kind of all the time. There's a lot to move through. And so sleep is one of the most important things, because if you are not well rested, it doesn't matter your step count or what you're putting in your smoothie or what's on your website or, like how many crafts you did with your kids, like you need to sleep. Okay. So you need to get honest about how much rest do you need and how are you the most supportive with that rest? Like I have now chosen like 2 days a week, I sleep down in the guest room because my husband wakes up a lot earlier than me and I'm such a light sleeper that then it disrupts my sleep. So then I'm up at 4:30, then I kind of go back to sleep and then the kids are awake. Like it's not supportive, right? Like we're married, we love each other, we're together all the time. Like it's all good, like go sleep in a space where you can get sleep, take care of you. Okay. So I'm sharing that because I want you to know that I'm doing this work too, that I'm prioritizing my rest. My body, our bodies are machines. They are divine machines. They have to rest, especially in this time of upgrading. You are still my whole body's lit up. You are still in this process of upgrading your energy and upgrading this frequency and whatever that means to you. And you cannot do it on empty. Okay. So you really, really need to get clear. External support, internal support, sleep. Okay. These are going to be so massive. And then priorities. Okay. Back to basics with your priorities. I could do it back to basics. Like, let's just let it go without saying that it's like sleep. How are you treating your body? Like these very, very basic things of creating rhythms for yourself and routines. But I have plenty of episodes on that, so you can go back and listen to them. I really want these back to basics to meet you where you are. Okay. And so this fourth one is just so important that we really, really get serious and focus. Friends, I would be remiss to not interrupt this episode to let you know about my upcoming Goal Getter sessions. Your dream life is practical, because vision without action is wasted potential. These 90-minute sessions will give you the structure, strategy, and soul level clarity to make your vision real. Every 30 days, you'll join a group of like-minded creators, leaders, and dreamers who are ready to move from intention to implementation. Together, we'll break your goals into actionable steps, create systems that support your energy, and build momentum towards the life you're meant to live. This isn't about manifesting. It's about making it real, because your dream life is practical. You just need a plan. Our first session begins December 7th. Number 4, this one is prioritize. We have to get so much better at prioritizing our own energy and what is it that we want to prioritize. And that is going to shift from day to day and really getting clear on that, because you're probably used to, hey, Rachel, can you do this? Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, Rachel, can you do this? Yeah. Hey, Rachel, we need you to go this thing. Okay. Rachel, like, you are so good at being accommodating, and maybe not even from a people pleasing standpoint, but just like you like people, you're social, you like to be out, you're in a lot of communities, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think we will return to that. But right now, especially going into winter here in the States, like prioritizing first things first. And for my ADHDers, and shout out, your girl's on her first week of meds, and we could do a whole other episode on that. So we'll come back to it. But for my ADHDers, like really prioritizing, like finishing loose ends and like getting that project done. Like you are in this place, for those of you where this is like work related, this is going to be so important, because the opportunities that are coming in, the things that are coming in to meet you, we do not want to self-sabotage. You don't want to do half of the work and be like existing with this frequency, which of course, so people are going to think you're a badass and they want to come work with you. But there was still that little bit that you didn't prioritize and you didn't get these things done. And now you're working out of order again. That's what these back to basics are. They are so, remember, walking on stilts. And so that now you are operating at a new frequency, there needs to be more flow, right? Like one of my mantras right now is show me how easeful it can be. So I want to work with ease and I want an abundant life. So for me, that means actually doing like way less, because your girl got like 10,000 hours in trying to show the world that she can do everything just so you'll like me, just so you'll see my worth. I'm shocked as no one. It didn't really do very much except exhaust me and make me resentful. So we want to just move with ease. That's what you have worked to this place to get to this frequency, and let the frequency do the work. Let it do the work. You don't need to work so hard. You've already done all of that. That's why nurturing this frequency is the job right now. That is the work right now. That is becoming the beginner again, and really knowing, so that when we start to integrate all of these things again, like getting back out into the world and all these job opportunities are coming up, or all of these dates, or all, like whatever the thing is that you're moving through that is specific for you, and it's all going to start popping off in March. I've been I guess forecasting or predicting this, reading the energy of it, that like there are major life external shifts that begin to happen in March, right? Like 2026 is where like everything changes. We know that if you're a numerology girly, that we're in a 9-year. And so we are closing out all of these things. So your life literally looks radically different by this time next year. So this is the time that we can do this work of the pie charts, of all of these practices and things that I offer you, these prompts, so that you can get focused and get to boom, where when things start to pop off, you are moving with this ease. So if you are somebody, whether it was from a people-pleasing place like myself, or just you are very extroverted and like having your hands in a lot of pots, I'm just going to offer you that maybe we prioritize self, we prioritize frequency, and we prioritize what within what you're working to do becomes the priority, right? So for example, I was doing a bunch of events at our studio. We own a studio and creative agency here in Atlanta. And I was doing a ton of events because I was like, I want to build community and I want to spread all these things. Great, noble, sounds fantastic. It is exhausting. If you're out there doing events, I am so proud of you. Oh my gosh, it is not for the faint of heart. And we'll come back to that, but I can't be giving all of my energy and all my frequency to that when what we're building and what we're looking to do with my social platforms, with my speaking, with this podcast, that's what needs the majority of me, right? So there's a lot of things like I have to let a lot of that go. I've had a lot of people reach out and be like, "Oh, hey, I thought about you for this project or this thing." And of course I've had to be like, that's so great. Thank you so much. I can't take that on right now. Thank you for thinking of me. Like let's circle back on the next one, which of course you could say the universe is testing you or the universe is giving you opportunities to make new choices. And I have prioritized and decided that I make new choices, right? So these are really your 4 things. I could break it down more and more, but that is a lot. And I know that if you're listening to this and you were called to this, you can fill in the blanks. You know what I mean? Like I really want to make sure that this podcast is meeting you where you're at and not talking above you and also not talking below you. So I think that like you using these 4 principles and your body, mind, and soul pie chart, you can really discern for yourself where these shifts need to happen. So really what we're wanting to do, again, let's go back to the machine metaphor, as we are just gearing up your machine. And if we start doing these basics now, we start to operate this machine in a new way, we start to learn how to walk on stilts now, then we are reprogramming and getting comfortable as the sand is settling. Remember from the top of the episode, as it's settling and we're in this new frequency, how do we function in it? So that the universe, the divine, can show us how easeful it really is supposed to be. Because that is actually the biggest shift for you, is learning that your frequency, that the focused energy of what you're doing and what you're putting out into the world is enough. And that, when it is highly fine-tuned and consistent, hint, hint for next week's episode, that is where all of the buried treasure is. And you don't even have to look for it anymore. It's literally going to show up on your door like Amazon. Okay? Congratulations, dude. I mean, to get here and to be here is so exciting. And you are doing such amazing work. It is not easy. You have slayed many a dragon to be here. So enjoy it. Do these exercises. I mean, prepare yourself. Be in practice of what it is that you want. But also, that's this rest piece, that's getting more sleep, which is honoring the work that you've done, right? And creating these new rhythms, and really where you are owning the frequency isn't owning you. Because I know that there's a few of you that are, again, like, whoa, a little bit. That's where we talked about that momentum a couple weeks ago, that for some of us, that momentum's knocking you over. It's not meant to knock you over. It's meant to carry you to the next place. So just really using these exercises to get comfortable with this frequency, just like, again, getting in the luge, like that cool runnings, and just, if you're listening to this, you don't see the cool hand movement I'm doing, but it's cool. So you missed out. All right, you guys, I love you so very much. I'm so excited for you. Next week's episode is all about consistency, which I know everybody and their brother is yelling about that online, but it wouldn't be coming up if we didn't need to hear it again. And so I'm excited to share that with you. Also, if you heard all about these goal getter sessions, oh my God, dude, would I freaking love to have you. These are so powerful. These sessions specifically are designed for those of you that are really ready to take your life from chaos to clarity, like you are done, you're ready for the new thing. This is for you. If you, like me, you're a high functioning, person, and you're like, all right, I got it. Like I know where I'm at, but you need help carving out space to get really clear on these next goals, on what we're prioritizing, so that in March of next year, you're able to meet yourself there. These are for you. Okay. So there is nothing, too big or too small. We're going to do it together. I love that, it's such a highly supportive group. The community here is so wonderful. Each of you are doing such great stuff. So I'm also excited for you guys to kind of be able to meet each other virtually as well, and see that a lot of people are working towards the same goals that you are as well. And we can come together and help each other. So I'll be sharing more and more about these sessions, but again, they're super low investment. Like, you could not, if you go out for like a night with your girlfriends, you are spending more that is going to cost you more than the investment of what you're doing now that is going to pay you dividends. Okay. So, I don't want to hear it. I need you in these sessions. Okay. Oh my God, she got so serious. All right, I'm going to go drink a water and go for a walk. All my blessings to you. See you back next week. As always, tune out, tune in. Love you, mean it.